Joe Piataro here with your Muscle Sport Minute, and I'd like to talk a little bit about Lionel Beyeke. He won the recent San Marino Pro, and this is a guy who, when he first came up, man, you know, people were going crazy for this guy. They a lot of them called him a mini Kai Green. I don't know. I don't think that was a great comparison. I think he looked more like, in a way, to me, his physique and everything was kind of more like Phil Heath in a way, or Flex Wheeler, that type, where he had a nice small waist and he had really big full muscle bellies. But the problem with Lionel was that he always had issues with his conditioning. He never was fully shredded and stuff like that. And he tried to put on some more size, and I think that kind of hurt him a little bit, because then it was even harder to get into condition. But when this guy first came out, and he really was doing well. I mean, first time I saw him in person was at the 2011 New York Pro, I guess it was. Yeah, New York Pro. He finished in 4th place in 2011, and he was a lot of buzz about this guy that night. I mean, he was in the Phoenix Pro the year before that, and not much was said about him. He finished second to Rowley in the Arnold Amateur to get his pro card. And then he finished second in the Toronto Pro. And then in 2012, he didn't do good in the as a full whole, but beginning of the year, he won the Flex Pro. And that's when I worked for Flex, and I actually used to write his column for him. I was a ghostwriter for Lionel Beyeke's column, and I don't know if you guys saw the other video I posted the other day, but people don't write their own fucking columns, IFBB pros. I mean, you gotta be fucking retarded if you thought they did. But so I knew Lionel pretty well by that point, and I was backstage and I saw him. I mean, he looked good. I mean, that was another show where he wasn't in great condition, but I felt that he was definitely deserved that win. And then he kind of, he had his ups and downs. I mean, he had some real, good showings, and he had some real not so good showings. And I think it's pretty cool. That's his first win since then. I mean, he's had some middle placings over the last few years since that 2012 Flex Pro Championship, which doesn't even exist no more. They used to be the Ironman Pro. It was the first show of the year on the IFBB annual calendar, and it was in January of 2012. So it looked like big things were ahead for Lionel Beyeke, but then he kind of, a little bit, and I'm sure anybody else, that if you look at his profile and his contest history, you can see there's a lot of 7th places. He finished 12th in the Arnold Classic in 2015. So a lot of placings that weren't good. And some people might throw cold water on the San Marino Pro. The lineup was weak. That doesn't mean shit. Listen, the guy looked fucking good. I think he looked as good as he's done since. He may even look better than he did that night in 2012 when he won the Flex. I still think the best I've seen Lionel was that 11 New York Pro, but I always kind of, from afar rooted for him after I left Flex and went to MD, and then obviously left MD. And I'm always kind of like, listen, he was cool with me. We used to have fun. He was on the phone. It's Lionel from France. He was calling me from France. He had this thick accent, and he spoke broken English, but we got it done. We got the job done to get his articles and his column done. And I was very proud that I forget what month it was, but it was in 2012 that I wrote Lionel's cover feature. Brick by Brick was the name. I still remember the title of that story. And that's when Robbie Duran brought me over there. And that was a pretty cool thing. I was kind of new there, and I got a cover feature right off the bat. And it was Lionel. So I always kind of rooted for Lionel because, I had a little history with the guy, and it was all positive in my opinion. And he was really cool with me. He was very friendly in person and on the telephone. So I think Lionel Beyeke still has a lot of good things ahead for him. He's got a great physique. Don't get that bloated gut, man. If he goes that route, he's not gonna look as good as he has. Stay the course. I mean, to me, he has, I love Phil Heath's look, because especially when Heath doesn't have the gut like he had in this past Olympia win. That's the better Phil Heath. When he tries to get too big, he gets a big gut, and Rowley has a big gut, and Kai has a big gut, and I don't like that look. To me, it's not for the stage. That's more for the freak factor, for the expo. So I'm very proud of Lionel. I'm glad he won, and I hope he has a very good 2017. He should get right back on stage as soon as possible, get back on hopefully gets invited to the Arnold. But he's done a lot of the Arnolds overseas, the international ones. Hopefully he does better at them. MuscleSportMag.com/subscribe. $32 a year, free U.S. shipping. Hit them up every day on MuscleSportMag.com. New articles, Muscle Sport TV, Greg and Joe Show podcast, and of course, these Muscle Sport Minutes. See you guys in the next episode.